All right, guys, today we got a pretty special video for you. We are getting heavily into salting ourselves. And today we are at Christ Steel and we're gonna be installing the Boss VBX 6500, showing you what it is. And the thing that we all like about this salter is it's just plug and play. Easy in, easy out. We can pop this in the back of a pickup truck, 2 plugs, plug it in, strap it down, go down the road. When we're not salting with it, we can simply use a skid loader, put a set of forks on it, take that right out, and have the rest of the bed of the pickup truck for whatever we want to do. We're going to bring you right into the shop with us today, and we're going to show you exactly how we get this thing installed. So what are we waiting for? Let's head into Christ Steel right now. Good morning, one and all. We are at Christ Steel today, and we are going to be outfitting another one of our trucks with a new salter. This one is actually meant for a shorter bed pickup truck so that we can pop that on and not have to carry so much around, because Alex doesn't have a full man truck. He's got a short bed. So let's go into Christ Steel here and see what we've got cooking. Service. Howdy, howdy. Hey, how are you?
How are you?
Good, good to see you again. Have you met Tim before, Phil?
I don't call me yet.
I'm Stan. I think yep. It's been a while since last time we talked. So we're not putting a full-size salter on. We're gonna put a mid-size on. Options are good.
Is this the one going on Alex's truck?
Yeah, we should give him some crap. Say maybe next time you'll buy a bigger truck, right?
Whenever you're ready.
Well, what the heck does it?
Yeah, how does this not hit that?
Okay, Phil, can you explain this to me?
194.
To the best of my knowledge, it actually, that air cushion valve drops that whole arm down. Just put the chains in front of your tires, so you don't have to chain up your tires.
So you don't have to put chains on your tires?
Correct.
It drops this down in front of your tires and beats the crap out of breaks the ice up?
I believe you actually drive over the chains.
Be great.
What?
Thank you.
So
I
like
don't
this,
even understand that.
this gets hooked up somewhere, and then this drops down like that,
Yep.
and then just spins as you're driving over it.
I know the city of Shoreview uses them, and a couple other cities do.
Look at that. What the heck? Who thunk that up? What kind of crazy guy was like, oh, we're just gonna stick a whipping chain underneath here.
A lot of moving parts.
Right, where all the lines and wires and everything comes together, and it's not gonna fling rocks up or ever go out of askew.
It works though.
Oh my God, that's
Truck tire chains.
Huh. Hey guys, look who decided to show up.
Yeah.
Let's see, we had a 9 o'clock and it's 9:35, but that's all right.
I had to spray the back of the truck out.
So here's your spreader. I'll get this all hooked up for you.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Pulled everything out for the Toby spreader.
Yeah, well, I mean, you buy a short bed truck, you get a
That'll fit. I mean,
We thought it was a long box.
If you put that the long way,
It might fit.
it might fit. You're like, you got to turn it.
Not wide.
All right, guys, this is John, and John, you're one of the head techs at
I'm the shop foreman.
shop foreman at Christ Steel, and we're gonna give you guys a teaser because we are gonna get into brine, and we're gonna be installing a complete VSI brine unit. But Christ Steel I love this shop. This is such a cool shop. You just come in here and it's like eye candy everywhere. Look at this truck.
You guys see our new dump truck?
Oh yeah. Yeah, surprise, there's our new dump truck. So yeah, what unit are we installing in the truck?
It's a Boss V-Box 6500.
How many cubic yards of salt can that handle?
Pretty sure it is 1.5 yards. I believe the 8 was 3 yards.
Yeah, and he wanted something a little smaller because we just wanted something that we could go out and hit and not have so much bulk material on. So
Yeah, so that's the VSI unit there.
that's so that one, yeah, that'll
In and out easy.
yeah. Just
All independent motor and everything too.
Yep. Yeah, you just pop it in the back of a truck and you just yeah. Handle it, just crank it down, torque it down, and you can lift it in and out.
We could actually start like using that right away.
Yeah. Now is this the mixer unit right here, John? This is the mixer, guys, right here.
Oh yeah.
This is the brine mixer right there. This is a 300 gallon, right?
Yes.
Yep, perfect. So this is kind of set up for small to mid-sized shops, right? Right? Okay. Oh, that's beautiful. Hey, look at this. Yeah, isn't that nice?
There's a way to take the spinner off, right? So that I can get the hitch up. Perfect.
Yeah.
That's nice.
You know, for servicing, you take the whole back off and get in there, but as far as the spinner goes, it just slides right in there, 2 pins straight down, 1 plug.
Oh, that is perfect. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, sorry. We should put your fuel tank in my truck because yours is 100 gallon, right?
110, yeah.
Yeah. We should put it in mine so that we got 110 gallons of fuel.
How often are you out during the hauling though?
Why? Where are we going to put it? We need both fuel.
I was thinking of figuring out like a winch
To pop that out.
back into the shop, hook it up.
I don't know if that would go.
You don't around?
A winch system? Why not just use a skiddy
That too.
or the excavator?
Probably what I would do is use a skillet.
Skiddy or an
I
excavator?
mean, which system sounds gonna be easier for you just to get it up on there real nice and quick.
Yeah.
Shouldn't be in
All right, you got to introduce yourself. You're the head tech here.
Yeah, lead tech for plow installs, and name's Cameron. Working here for about 2.5 years at Christ Field, so working my way up.
So that basically means nothing surprises you, right? That means nothing surprises you anymore.
No, not really. Not really. There's new stuff coming out every year, new customers, new weird stuff that happens out on the road. Interesting excuse.
Awesome.
Your chute is going to bolt right onto the side here. It's got these adjustable slots. So all you really have to do, you loosen up your top one, you loosen up your bottom one, and you can ride it up and down depending on what height you want your chute to be at.
Okay.
And then the actual assembly that it mounts onto just clips onto 2 pins there. You'll kind of see it once it's up there, but
Okay.
it just clips right on there. Easy to take off, put back on.
Cameron, after we get it installed, will you give us a once-over and the guys on the camera a once-over on exactly the advantages and how this thing operates so guys can understand if this is the right choice for them?
Yeah, absolutely. Too heavy, definitely wiggle it around.
That's what I'm saying, just like a winch, just back in, pull it off. I can go salt. 10 guys ought to be able to lift this. Yeah, like you're good, Evo. Oh, that was heavy.
All right, guys, I'm going to jump in here because the makers of Boss are connected with Toro. And Toro actually has a new software system called Horizon 360. And the reason that's important is Horizon 360 is going to be interconnected with some of the different Toro equipment, some of the different Boss equipment, some of the different equipment that fall underneath the Toro umbrella. And the reason this is important to you snowplow guys or guys that are using salters is because the Horizon 360 equipment is in the development stages to get you so that you know your routing, that you know how much material you've applied. These are all things that are currently under development under the Horizon 360. And the reason this is important is once this gets finalized in development, this is going to help guys like you and I eliminate slip and fall lawsuits, which is a huge thing when it comes to salting. The ability to track where you were at, how much material you put down, all of these different things. helps you in a court of law. This is what keeps you guys out of trouble. And I have talked to the developers of Horizon 360, and they are in the process of doing this. Now, this program is not there yet. This program really is designed for the lawn care landscape professional to help those guys bring their business to the next level. But what they're in the process of doing is exactly what we need to know. The ability to track our materials is absolutely fundamentally huge, not just for our bottom dollar, but for our own safety and precautions. So I'm going to recommend, if you guys have not already committed to a software company, Horizon 360 is definitely worth investigating, and they've got a dip your toe in the water program. It's free. Basically, you can go check it out. You can root around. You can find out if it's right for you. But I'm pretty excited because once they take this program to the next step, it's going to help so many of us keep our businesses above hot water, right? Or, I mean, in good standing. So let's dive back in and let's get this box mounted back into the back of my pickup truck. Cameron's like 10 minutes into the install and he's already got it in the air and getting ready to toss her in. This guy doing his business. No. Hey, quick question, Cameron.
Yeah.
How difficult is this to wire into the truck?
Well, not difficult at all. The harness is really straightforward. Basically, just take a power ground straight to your controller. The controller does the rest of the work for you, and you just run the harness up into the firewall or whatever your choice is. Run it into the cab there, hook it up to your controller, and then you just got your control harness going to the back of the truck for your spreader, for your auger. In this case, we got the chain belt auger, but there's really no difference in terms of the harness.
What kind of auger is this?
So that's a chain belt, chain belt drive auger.
Okay.
So you're gonna have two different ones. You're gonna have the one where it's a standard auger, and then you're gonna have one like this, where it's more like a belt drive type of style.
Yep.
Again, that's kind of just depending on the customer, what they like, you know.
Can you actually get either style with this
Yeah,
one?
yeah, so you can get either style. You can get it with the auger, or you can get it with this style. I believe that's the only other ones that they have, if I remember correctly. Gosh, I'm trying to think if they do. I think the Salt Dogs are the one. I don't think they make wet kits or anything for the
So is there an advantage to an auger style versus the chain style?
To be honest with you, I haven't done enough plowing myself to really be able to say myself
Okay.
as to what's more beneficial, one or the other. I mean, I can tell you probably just from my experience with different salts and seeing some of these things come in for repairs. I mean, if you're running something like rock salts and stuff like that, it's probably going to be a bit easier on you just to have the standard auger because you're going to have less bits and pieces actually getting jammed up in there. You know how rock hard that stuff can get, especially when you let it sit in overnight.
Yep.
You think you're good because it's treated salt, and then after it sits, all that treatment washes off of it. You got a big old rock in there.
You got a giant rock in your tub.
Exactly. So,
Yep.
I mean, I think it's completely dependent on what you're doing and experience, and you know, it just kind of goes from there.
Hey Alex, do you have a preference?
What's that?
Auger style or chain style?
I like the chain style.
You like this style?
Yeah, I do. I thought it was the auger style. I'm not a fan of the auger. I think the augers dunk up and get jammed up real easily. I think these conveyor belts are better, but that's just my opinion on it.
Huh. All right, you guys at Salt, let me know. What?
What's his opinion on it? Did he say if he likes one over the other?
He likes the auger style better, but he installs. He said he doesn't actually go out and install. So
Yeah.
I guess it's almost like a horse apiece then at that point, because you can get it either way with this.
I thought it was the auger style. I didn't know they came with the conveyor belt. Probably good to lift it out every so often and spray out the 100% the dry box. Yeah.
Well, it's all stainless, right?
Check out here pretty soon.
So guys, this is Cody. What do you do with these guys, Cody?
I'm the general manager of the Fridley store.
So he manages the store, and he was just telling me that you guys have this checked out procedure where you have your installer do it, then you have another person come and...
So our installer will install the product. Our shop foreman will then he'll go through a checkout sheet to make sure everything was done correctly. and that way the customer gets it, and there should be no problems with it once that customer gets it.
Well, Cameron seems like he knows what he's doing. This guy's like,
Cameron's a good tech. He does really good. He does most of our installs.
yeah, that's almost perfect in that truck.
Well, I'm thinking maybe get one of those 18-inch by 36-inch tanks and lay it flat down, and then put a toolbox in here. And I can fit a toolbox and a freaking bulk tank in here. Yeah. So I don't need. I can keep this in here, still fuel machines, and have a toolbox.
Oh, that would be nice.
Yes.
In a short bed.
This is perfect size.
Tim loves it when Alex spends our money. Tim's so tight. If he was a frog, his ass would be watertight. I think Jeff Jesby would always said that one, right?
We should get a system like this too to put it in.
Yeah. We need an overhead
Well, no, we
hoist.
don't need that if we can get a bulk tank and a toolbox in there.
I'll save money then.
Yeah, it will.
I like how you sound.
We can fit the old tank in there. Then no toolbox.
How do you like them tires?
Loud.
Loud?
Yeah.
But that's not bad. I love loud tires.
Yeah.
I'll take loud tires, but
They're not bad. They're all right. I haven't really had a good chance to
test them out. Yeah. All right, guys, I'm with Jake. Now, remember when we were walking through the side where all the cool stuff was?
Yeah, the big stuff, big boy stuff.
The big
Yeah.
boy stuff. That's what you do.
That's what I do. That's what I run that municipal side, all the big builds.
Yep.
Yep.
But at Christ Steel here, it's standard operating procedure that you double down. So you
Yeah.
you have another set of eyes during an install.
During an install. Yep.
So you came over here just because, I mean, Cameron knows what he's doing, but it's always
Absolutely.
good. All right.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
that's kind of pretty
The
cool.
more the merrier. I mean, we try to keep quality control at a height, especially with custom stuff, because a lot of this stuff is a custom install. I mean, every truck's different, make, model, year, what have you. So we just try to make sure we send out the best product we can.
Okay, so I'm just talking to Jacob. One of the things that we're talking about doing, Alex, Tim, you want to get in here real quick? What we're actually talking about doing is popping this out anytime there isn't a storm and then popping it back in. And you
Right.
were saying,
Not anymore.
but you,
in case,
but if, in case we want to do that, because we don't know if we can or not, you said these are plug and play.
They are. So the harness will be run all the way down. The control harness will be back. It'll probably come out around by where the bumper is. And these things are just held in by cross straps. Take the cross straps off, unplug it. You can take the whole unit out and
So unplug one plug,
Yep.
take two cross straps off,
Yep, on each side, and
hoist it out.
lift it up and out. You got a forklift, you got a backhoe.
You had a good mention, maybe if you could set it on a pallet or something back
Absolutely.
there.
A lot of guys will do that too. They'll take it out, put it right on a pallet. That way, if you got a fork, you can just jump it up. You just got to lift it up, slide the pallet out, set her down, and you're on your way. Plug
Can
it
you
all in.
leave it on a pallet in the
Yes.
back of the truck?
Strap
You
it
can.
down.
You can.
Yeah, that way you can just come in with some
Yeah,
long
I've had
forks
guys,
and-
in fact, put sand underneath the pallet, and so they have a little extra weight back there when it's getting low, so they got enough to keep everything. Because a lot of the guys will have a plow on the front too.
I got a giant pallet. I got a huge pallet that we could fit that right on it.
We probably have the shipping pallet for this. If you guys want it, by all means, take it with you.
I seen it. It wasn't what we could use. A
Okay.
regular pallet, yeah.
Okay.
To get the forks in underneath.
Yeah, but and then we got the extended works. We wouldn't even need to hoist it. Just
Yep, fork it up, get it out of there.
oh my
And in
god.
fact, some of these too.
That's like perfect.
Fork pockets. Yeah, this one's engineered to have fork pockets already in it. You see these right here? So when you slide in, they go right in, and your forks just stay. They're already grooved in for it. You just set it right in.
Yeah, but what about this thing?
So this will you can pop this off. Bolt comes right up, then you set it in.
Just fork-
bolt
oh.
right in. Yep.
You don't need a pallet. Well, that you take the 6-bolt off and take this
Pull
shroud
this
off.
thing off. The forks will come right into the groove. Lift it right up and out.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking at 2 plugs. Plug these 2 in and out. That's it. That controls the whole unit.
That's the whole thing.
Yep.
Okay, so now we're gonna get the straight poop on the auger.
Yes.
Okay, so this has a conveyor belt.
It does have a conveyor belt, but it's actually a hardened steel conveyor belt, and the way they're bent and engineered is almost like a little scoop shovel. So as that comes down, it helps break it up, and then it also pulls it out the rear, which is real nice on these because if you ever wear them out, or they do actually get worn over time, and you'll notice that because they won't scoop out as good, but they never will fully stop scooping. But when they wear, there's one master link. You just gotta pop it out, you pull the whole conveyor out, you run it around. As you're running it, you let it feed itself in, come back around. One master link, it's not that bad to switch around.
And you were saying that this poly shell's interchangeable as well.
It is. So this can be completely gutted. We've had guys actually drop them and crack them, and then all we do is pull the 16 components out and switch them out with a new one, and they're readily available to get if something does happen.
Okay, so this is really kind of a plug and play,
It is.
straightforward, simple, get to work,
Yep.
throw salt down
Yep.
on a lot type of a setup.
Absolutely.
This is my first time seeing it, but I'm looking right here.
Yep.
That's beautiful.
So let's say you got a jam up back here, and
Yep.
you know it's jamming. Instead of messing with it in the cab, you can come out here and break the stuff up and hit the button, and that'll help you run everything through and keep
but if
going.
you got to fill a sidewalk spreader, that's all you.
That's all you gotta do is you come over here. Let's say you got a big backhoe or some big bucket, roll it right up, and you take your chute off. It'll just conveyor it right out into that, and then you can go do your sidewalks.
You guys are always asking me price, so let's find out.
So total install with the liquid brine buddy.
What is just
So
this
just
unit?
that spreader lumen, you're looking at about $8,300.
There you go. All right. Some of the best stuff happens when the camera's off, and Jacob and I are just here BSing. We're talking about this generation now and how they're out of touch. They want money. They want more money than they're worth. They don't even know what a job is anymore. And I had a kid this summer. He bought 2 lawnmowers from me,
Sure.
and I gave him a hell of a deal. I gave him to him for like 70% of what they would cost brand new.
They're running, and you can just take them and
Brand
go.
new, brand spanking new lawnmower, just trying to help this kid out.
Sure.
He didn't pay me for it. He then sold one of the lawnmowers. So now he took them, I gave him, trusted him, took them, sold one of the lawnmowers, and I'm like, all right, well, bring me the other lawnmower back. No.
Yeah.
But that's not where it gets good. So then I'm like, all right, well, if you don't bring me my lawnmower back and you haven't paid me for it, you have stolen it.
Technically, yeah. By law, that would be what that is.
And so I'm like, all right, I'm gonna come out. I'm gonna bring the police with me. I'm gonna come out. I'm gonna repo my lawnmower.
Yep.
Just letting you know what I'm gonna do. Well, he told his dad.
Uh-oh.
Daddy comes out with him, and he's like, you know what I'm pissed about? He says this to me. You know what I'm pissed about? And I'm like, the fact that your son took my lawnmower and didn't pay me
any
for
money?
it, bring it
Yeah.
back. No, you threatened him. I'm like, no, I didn't threaten him. I never threatened him. I told you I would call the police if your son didn't bring me my lawnmower back and didn't pay me for it, because in my eyes, that's stealing it. What got me the most was the fact that the parent of the son wasn't pissed off that his son didn't pay me and took the lawnmower and wasn't going to return it. It was the fact that I threatened to call the police to get my equipment back. I can't make this
man.
stuff up.
No, you can't.
I can't make this stuff up. What did you guys find out? Oh,
We're gonna try it first without it and see how it works, and then if it is a problem, then we'll come back again.
Sure.
how much is it? How much is it?
$510, and then
Is that
installation.
installed too?
No,
And installation?
it's installation.
Okay. So we're thinking about getting the vibrator on there, because Alex likes the vibrator, and I've seen where the vibrators are helpful.
Yeah.
Yeah, it comes standard with the auger, he says.
Oh, they do.
The auger unit
Perfect.
comes standard, but
Okay.
with the belt,
With the belt?
whatever the chain. This might
Yeah.
be better than the auger.
This is a conveyor system,
So
so
maybe they don't do it standard because
so the conveyor it's an upgrade in the conveyor, because and I actually explained this a little bit to him earlier, was that the way this is engineered, it's like little shovels. Instead of using something flat that's like a tarp that tries to pull it out, you actually have something that's forcefully going to scoop some and dump it out. So depending on material, it does help. But the wetter, the stickier the stuff, if you guys are having jam problems, vibrators
we're
probably gonna
not
help with
having
that.
jam problems yet, but we've had vibrators.
Sure.
And we are going to get our stuff treated.
So you might find though that this conveyor system actually helps better, because it's got the shovels built into the scoops back here rather than going with the vibrator. So it just depends on application, really.
All right, what are we looking at? This is the heart of it?
So these are the guts and glory for all the veins of it, which are the wires.
Okay.
So since we're doing the upfit on the vibrators, this all comes already pre-wired. We literally just cut a couple zip ties, bolt them on, run the wires in, and here we go.
So where does the vibrator actually get mounted? So we opted
one
to
on
get
each
the
side.
vibrator put on.
Yep, there's one on each side. I believe I'd have to look at the exact install instructions.
So it'll sit
Does it sit here or does it sit down here?
It's more. Yeah, I believe it's down.
Down in here.
Yeah.
Install kit, you get one on each side, so it shakes up the box.
All right, guys. So Cameron is right now retrofitting the vibrator onto the box. And it's a pretty straightforward retrofit, isn't it, Cameron?
Yeah, pretty straightforward. You're just drilling holes for your outer plate. You use the outer plate as a template to drill your holes right through to the inside of the hopper.
Yeah.
Just put a simple backer plate on the back here. It kind of looks like this guy right here.
Yeah.
You run your bolts right through. They go right into your vibrator here, and then you bolt it all together, and you're good to go. Pretty simple, easy process for it. And
Yeah.
Boss makes it easy for you. They have all the connections in the back, so you don't need another harness. You don't need another controller like your older models, and you can just go at it.
You know, Cameron, I was talking to Jacob off camera, and he was saying, because you guys do all the brands. I mean, you service every brand of everything, and you actually sell and service some of the competition to Boss.
Yep.
And I'm not going to say what, you know, if the competition comes from the east or the north or the south or from the anywhere, so I'm not going to name a name of the competition, but he was saying, you know, with Boss, you have something go out, it's $40.
Yep.
You have something go out with the competition, and it's $700.
Yep.
Is that true?
Yep, for the most part, yep, because we're mainly a Boss dealer here. We used to sell the buyers' products a little bit, but for the most part, we're just sticking to kind of their product line, not plow line. For the most part, that's what we're selling here, but in terms of servicing, in terms of what we can work on, we'll work on anything that comes through the door, so. You undo your 2 thumb screws there, you pull.
Okay, so you undo this one, you loosen that up.
Yep, so there's another thumb screw that'll plug in right there.
Okay.
So you undo that, you loosen your 2 bottom ones out, you can pull backwards, let it slide down, you need to slot into whatever adjustment, nice and easy just like that. You want to go all the way up, just slots in nice and easy.
So it just slots right into these right there.
Yep, yep. And then when you're ready for whatever height you want, then you just take your top thumb screws in there, get it all lined up there, and screw it down, and you're good to go.
What do you got to do when you want to fill a sidewalk spreader?
I would recommend just taking the chute off.
And just running the conveyor.
Yeah, and then just running the auger there.
Okay.
Or the conveyor, whichever one you got.
Yep.
Just letting it just dump straight down that chute into whatever you got. Wheelbarrow, spreader.
Pro tip. All right, so Jake's up front. There's a service panel up front, and Jake, you were saying, here, show me that shit.
So anytime you're working with stainless hardware, strongly advised, especially in the salting industry, to put anti-seize on the threads, especially because these are nut zerks on this panel. You get any gummed up salt in there and it'll actually wreck the bolt, and then you're stuck without.
So now we're talking about the greasing of this.
Yes.
Is there greasable zerks
There's
up in
2
the front?
zerks up front here. These little green caps pop off, and then you
Okay,
throw the
so
grease
there's-
gun right on here.
and how often do you grease it?
So it's kind of how much do you use it? If you're using it all season every day, I'd say at least once a month for sure. You know, if you're, it depends on the snow. If you're only salt and sand and once a month, you're probably good for the season.
Okay,
And you'll have
one in the back.
and then one in the back from the bearing on the other side.
Okay, 2 up front, 1 in the back. Got it.
All right, so it's a simple on-off start and stop system. You pick your speed either way, run her up and down. It's usually about a 1-to-1 ratio. Now, also in the mode feature, it tells you where your voltage is at currently on the truck. You know, you want to keep it right around that 12 volt because it's a 12 volt system. But with the truck running, you'll have the alternator going, so you should be fine. Increase and decrease the intensity of the vibrator. Increase and decrease the intensity of the rear lights. And then also the main display.
And you recommend going a 1-to-1 ratio?
It's about 1-to-1 depending on if you have salt or sand. If it's just a regular mix, I'd say 1-to-1's common. If you're throwing sand, you probably want a little less on the spinner and a little more on the feed, just because you'll throw more with the.
Okay.
And if it's heavier, you know, rock salt, you probably want a little more on the feeder and a little less on the spinner.
And Alex opted to have it kept loose because he wants to be able to move it around.
Put it
and
wherever you want. There's many different places.
But you guys also would have mounted it for us.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. Yep.
Diva just doesn't want holes in his dash. That's
I'm gonna make a mount for it, so
custom mount.
custom mount.
I like it. I like it.
All right, guys, the install is wrapped up, and real quick, I just want to ask Cameron, how did you hook this up? If you could just describe it for us, Cameron.
So super simple. Boss has it kind of laid out to where even if you really don't know what you're doing, you'll be able to figure it out pretty easy.
Okay.
So you got your main power ground. You're just going to bring that right over to your battery. Primary side, whenever you're hooking it up, you want to make sure you always go to your primary side. They give you a nice, I believe 125 or 175 amp fuse that you can just throw in there for your main power.
Okay.
That just runs right along. You can either run along the cowl there, your grill, up underneath along your frame, whatever you'd like, whatever's best for your vehicle.
Okay.
There's just one plug here, 4-wire plug.
Okay.
Or run that right through your firewall, plug it right into your controller there. Super simple on that one.
So you basically just go right from the battery, one wire through the firewall for your controller, and then one wire to the back to the
Correct.
unit, and
Correct.
that's it? And you just...
Just about. You do have a couple little things that you gotta figure out kind of on yourself. So there is a key source, so you need some type of an ignition source so your controller turns on when you turn the ignition on.
Okay.
So that is one thing you do need to do up front. Relatively super simple depending on your model of vehicle. It's either going to be tapping to an upfitter, blunt cuts, and or fuse.
But a guy that has any kind of level of experience, like from 1 to 10, 10, you got to know how to replace an engine on a car. 1, you're barely lucky if you know what blinker fluid is.
Oh, yeah.
Where would you describe the level of difficulty for this install?
I'd say probably around 3-4.
3-4. Okay,
really
that's
simple. So basic knowledge as to just hooking power up to the right spot, grounds up to the right spot. That's basically all you need is just that basic knowledge.
all right.
So we have center high mount lights, and in this case, we do have a center high mount light here. So they'll have wiring supplied in the harness. Whether you have a smaller one or you do have one with a center high mount light, they're going to have the supplied wiring in the back. And that's super simple, super straightforward. As long as you just know your basics about electrical, it should be pretty easy for you. You're just going to be tapping into your running light, and you're going to be tapping into your center high mount light or your bright signal, whichever one, depending on the vehicle and depending what's available to you and how it's been outfitted. Just have your 2 plugs. They run right up here. You can see the main harness right here. It's all zip tied up right now, so you can't see too well. But you got your main control plug right there.
Yep.
And then you got your power ground plug right there.
Yep.
And your spinner plug actually comes in from the module inside of here down to your spinner. So that's already taken care of through this plug. So all you need is just your 2 plugs in the back here to make it real nice and simple and easy for you. And you're set to go.
All right. Thanks, Cameron.
Absolutely.
Couple quick things to go over. Cross strap. This is recommended just for load distribution. You know, you can strap this one to the front and this one to the front, but if you ever get in a front end collision, you don't want this sent right into your back.
Yep.
So cross strapping is the way to go. We also recommend if you're filling it up, put this back on so you don't get nothing that you don't want.
Cover comes with. That's
Cover
not an
comes
option.
with.
That just goes with it.
Couple
Okay.
little things back here. There are a couple of adjustments. So back on here, you loosen this one up. You pull this out, you can actually telescopically put this whole spinner up and down depending on what your application is, if you're curbside, flat earth, what have you. And then down here, this is your spread. So you can make this spread go super duper wide, or you can make it really narrow too.
So it's a pretty straightforward, just come back, pop it, and go.
Yes,
Okay.
yes. And if you ever want to empty it out,
Okay.
you pull these 2 pins. They got a couple cotter pins down there. Unplug this plug. The whole
Okay.
chute assembly comes off. Put it aside. Nice feature over here with these ones is you can empty it out simply with this button. So you press and hold this button with the controller on it, it'll empty it.
And that's the vibrator in
That's the
action.
vibrator. So that automatically comes on when you're gonna empty it out, so that it vibrates everything loose. It's great for cleaning and great for if you gotta throw some salt in the wheelbarrow.
Yep. Perfect.
Over here, you got your optional light, and that is controlled inside. You can also dim these down so they're not as bright, or you can even brighten them up too.
So you can
That's
control
another
it from the
added-
cab or back
cab
here.
and back here. So this one will stationary, put it on all the time. Otherwise, you have that same controller option up front.
All right. And that's pretty much it.
That's it.
Simple. I like it. Now all we need is Mother Nature to cooperate.
Yes, we need some snow. In fact, I think it's starting to flurry out there right now.
Is it finally?
Yes.
So we are, it's just in time because we're actually going out about 3 a.m. this morning. So I actually want to say thank you, Jake.
Appreciate your guys' time.
Appreciate it. Big thanks goes to ChrySteel for letting us come in and film, take over the shop. Some of these guys got work to do and they're very patient, so thank you to them. Thank you to you guys for sticking around for the ride this season. Hopefully we're going to be able to put a lot of miles on this thing and really give it a test run. But that's all we got for you on this one. Let me know what kind of a salt spreader that you guys use in your business and what you've experienced. And we're pretty pumped. This is our first Boss that we've used like this one, so we're pretty excited to put this one to the test and thankfully we'll be able to do it pretty quick.
Yep, you guys are ready to go.
Ready to go. That's it for this one. God bless. Go get them, you guys. We'll see you on another one. Gonna go out and make some money.
Ready to make money.
And just like that, she's doing what we need her to do to go out salting. We may not have enough to plow, but we got enough to put that baby to work. The grand unveiling. Oh yeah, that'll buff right out. There we go. Did you order this weather, Cameron?
Oh, I think we all have after this, how dry it's been lately, honestly.
Thank you, man.
Yeah, no worries.
Appreciate everything.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
All right,
If any questions, any concerns, give us a call.
will do. Thank you, sir.
All right.
You gonna go check the account?
Yeah, I'm gonna go run out there and buy it.
All right.
All right.
We'll see ya. If you guys ever run into Alex in real life, give him a lot of crap about his back tender right here. Just tease the shit out of him about that. Did you know what I was saying? I said if you ever run into Alex in real life, make sure you give him a lot of crap about that back fender because he hates that. See ya. Oh, I hope you guys enjoyed the ride. God bless. Go get them. I hope whatever you do, you have some fun along the way, man. We only got so many hours and so many days to live this life, and it's not worth stressing over, honestly. And nobody's gonna remember what you do or what I do in 100 years from now. And we'll be lucky if they remember us 10, 20, 30 years after we're gone, right? So why worry about it today when it's not gonna matter then? So have a little fun, but do good work for people. That's all I can say. Whatever you do, just do good work. Be good to people. That's it. I think that's the most important thing that I've learned is just treat each other well. Everybody, from the biggest to the littlest. Everybody is equally as important. Nobody's better than anybody else. Everybody is important. And just try to do that, man. It's just, I think that's the most important thing I've ever learned in 52 years of doing this stuff. We all matter. God bless. Go get them, you guys. We'll see you in another one.